What if a $25,000 drone swarm erased over $120 million worth of military hardware? In under 5 minutes, October 10, 2025, a date that rewrote the rules of war. Before sunrise, on the Black Sea coast, an invisible deal between Beijing and Moscow set off a chain reaction no one could stop. Before dawn, the port of Novorossiysk looked calm. Through thick Crimean fog, a satellite from Kiev's lander system caught something no human eye could see, a convoy of trucks moving in total silence. Inside them were DF-11 short-range ballistic missiles, each one carrying a warhead powerful enough to erase an entire district. If those missiles reached their destination in Belgorod, Russia would gain a frontline advantage that could turn the war. But Ukraine saw it first, and decided to strike before the sun rose, at 3:47 a.m. Kiev's command center received a single frame from orbit, a container marked ALH-455, stamped with the emblem of China's Dorenko Group. Around it stood 20 Chinese soldiers guarding the transfer. Ukraine's AI ran the footage through 128 recognition filters. The result was instant. The F-11 missiles confirmed. Range: 190 miles. Payload: 1,100 pounds each. 15 missiles meant a potential death toll in the thousands. Inside Kiev, the decision came like a spark in a powder room: activate Operation Night Veil. By 3:52 a.m., Ukraine had already launched a Reaper MQ-9 from an undisclosed airfield. 10,000 feet up, it watched 15 trucks, 4 escorts, and 2 command jeeps crawling north through the woods. The AI analyzed hundreds of gigabytes per minute and predicted their stop, a fuel depot 12 miles ahead. But this wasn't a routine convoy. It was a mobile escalation, China arming Russia under the cover of fog. And Kiev's response was simple: intercept. 2 Ukrainian armored vehicles, Echo 1 and Echo 2, slipped into position for miles from the highway. Each was equipped with an electronic warfare suite capable of bending radio signals back on their source, a weapon codenamed Echo Trap. At 4:13 a.m., Russian defenses detected a scout drone and vaporized it instantly. Moments later, 2 Orlan-10 drones filled the sky with jamming waves. But that was exactly what Ukraine wanted. Echo 1 captured the signal, flipped it, and sent it back. In seconds, Russia's own drones were blinded by their reflections. For nearly 3 minutes, an entire defense network worth millions went dark. A blackout window was open, and the hunters were ready. For 15 a.m. the forest fell silent. 15 missile trucks rolled into a narrow clearing, the exact coordinates predicted by AI. Each truck carried a warhead that could flatten a city block. Together, they were a moving bomb train. The message from Kiev was short: execute Strike Alpha. To operators inside Echo to turn their keys, and the forest came alive. 20 FPV kamikaze drones burst into the air, each no bigger than a crow, each carrying a 2-pound charge. Within seconds, they split into patterns only AI could predict: 10 for fuel trucks, 5 for missile trailers, 5 for command vehicles. For 17 a.m., first impact. A fireball 65 feet high lit the forest as a fuel truck exploded. 8 seconds later, 2 more drones hit missile trailers. The DF-11 warheads detonated in a chain reaction, 15 vehicles erased in under a minute. The sky turned orange. Russia's Pantsir S-1 fired 3 interceptor missiles, all missed, its radar still blinded by Echo Trap. Rifles cracked through the smoke, but it was pointless. In under 5 minutes, the convoy was gone, $120 million in hardware reduced to ash. The temperature at the blast center hit 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit. From space, it looked like a volcano had erupted. By 4:20 a.m. silence returned. Where 15 trucks once stood, there was only a crater 35 feet wide. 55 soldiers, many believed to be Chinese advisors, were gone. The operation had cost less than a luxury car, yet crippled a multi-million-dollar supply chain. When Russian radar finally came back online, it saw nothing. No convoy, no missiles, only embers. By sunrise, Kiev's intel team had confirmed what the satellites already showed: total destruction. Moscow called it a fuel accident. Beijing denied any involvement. But Maxar and NASA's satellite feeds told another story: that the crater's coordinates matched Ukraine's logs perfectly. International analysts nicknamed it the 5-minute miracle. Washington estimated a cost-to-destruction ratio of 4,800 to 1. No nation in modern history had ever achieved that level of efficiency, but behind the celebration lay unease. 20 homemade drones had just rewritten the rules of global warfare. By 7 a.m., the smoke had thinned, curling over a scar that didn't exist the night before. To the world, it was an unconfirmed incident. To Ukraine, it was proof that innovation could outthink empires. And yet, beneath the victory, a question echoed. If wars can now be won by algorithms, satellites, and machines no bigger than birds, what happens when those machines start thinking on their own? This was Operation Silent Forest, a strike that cost $25,000 and changed modern warfare forever. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive analyses on the conflicts shaping our world. Because some wars aren't fought with armies anymore, they're fought with ideas, code, and the machines that carry them.